Hello there and welcome back. If you clicked onto this video, I will assume that you're pretty new to Siege, and for this video I will give you some tips that I wish I would have had when I started out playing the game to help you understand the maps, how to properly aim, the operator gadgets, because when I started back in beta the game was pretty easy to understand, so I can't imagine how someone feels that just started playing the game. So if this video helped you improve just 1%, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel, as it would help me out massively and it only takes you 1 second to do so. So now let's head into the video. To start off, we're gonna talk about operators. Every operator is different and every operator has its unique ability, which I'll make a separate video about in the future. But the best way to learn an operator is to play them a lot. However, if you're a new player and you don't know what operator to play, I will always recommend Sledge and Legion. Both of them are fairly easy to understand and fairly easy to play, with very easy to control weapons with low recoil. Let's move on how to improve your aim. You see a lot of videos like, these are the best controller settings for no recoil, or these are the best PC settings. While this could be true, it most likely isn't. Just because the settings work for someone else doesn't mean they work for you. For example, I play with my whole arm instead of just moving my wrist when controlling my mouse, therefore a lower sensitivity is better for me. If you're someone who doesn't like to move his arm, but prefers to move his wrist, a higher sense will be more comfortable for you. Of course, if you already know you want a low sense, you can copy a pro player or another content creator's sensitivity to start out. But will this be perfect for you the moment you copy it? No. Sensitivity comes down to getting used to it, so if you try a new sense, at least stick to it for a few days and not switch within 2 rounds. So once you have your sensitivity, it's time to train your aim. How do you do that? Well, luckily you've got a few modes to choose from. If you're completely new, you can head into the shooting range to start off, but of course this won't simulate a real player's movement, so I will always recommend you to play arcade, as you get a lot of gunfights within a short time and you always have the ability to respawn almost instantly. I also use team deathmatch to warm up before my competitive games or my ranked sessions. And an extra bonus is that you can also learn maps, even though not every map is in arcade, which directly leads into the next point, which is learning maps. In R6 you have a lot of maps and there's a lot to learn about the maps, like where to play vertical, where's the best spot to plant, or where do people tend to spawn peek. If you're looking to learn callouts, you can also head into one of the newer modes we got with Landmark Drill. There it will show you the name of a room and where it is, but to be more efficient I recommend you to head into a custom game and set up bomb sites. This helps you learn the maps faster and you will instantly see where you're able to play vertical or what wall is destructible, which then also allows you to learn about the next point, which is map prep. If you're a defender, setting up and preparing site basically comes down to making it as hard as possible for the attacker to get into the bomb site and hinder them from planting the diffuser. So reinforcing is a great thing to do, as they then need the hard breacher to open a wall, but please don't reinforce every wall you see, as you don't want to reinforce between sites. Instead, you can make rotates, which will then help you to keep the attacker out of your site. So use reinforcements to barricade the 2 bomb sites together and use rotations or line of sights, and sometimes you can even leave walls open in order to make it harder for your opponents to take area, like here on the example on BenQ. But make sure to talk to your teammates. Just imagine you're queued with 3 of your friends and you want to play some strats. Now imagine the randommate is reinforcing a wall where you initially plan to have a rotate, which is quite annoying. So you don't want to end up being this randommate, so please start talking to your teammates even in the prep phase. But that's it for the defenders. For the attackers, you basically only have to drone in prep phase, so find the bomb site and find as many enemy operators as possible, but don't just kamikaze your drone into a site and be like, oh, the site is cash and they have a mid-Lucy. Even though you just spotted the bomb and you found 1 operator, you can also drone more passive. You don't always have to drive into the bomb site in order to know where it is, and for operators you can always play camps close to the side door, as most of them will leave the site anyways to roam or reinforce different spots on the map. And if you manage to keep your drone alive for all of prep phase, you can then use your drone as a flank cam later in the round or place it somewhere close to where you want to enter at the start of the round and make your entry faster. And the most important thing when talking to your teammates is callouts. On every map, every room has a different name. And if you have your compass enabled, you can see all of these different names directly on your screen, or if you use yellow ping, it will also show you the name of the room, which will be a massive help for you when you're playing with your friends, as you can give the callout his in trophy on yellow ping. But please don't get used to calling on yellow ping, as this is mostly considered to be a troll call, as no one's gonna turn around to actually look where yellow ping is. Instead, please give the name of the room and then say yellow ping. Unfortunately, callouts do get more precise, so for this, let's head into the game and I'll quickly show you. So if you now look at the compass, this room is called Boiler Room. But as you see, it is quite a big room. So there is different callouts. For example, this here, this is called Shaiko. Or right here we have Pillar because of the massive pillar. An even better example is the tower, as you have T1, T2 and T3 right here. This is something you get used to, but unfortunately it just takes a lot of time. So don't get frustrated when learning rooms and callouts, as it simply needs a lot of time. And the last point for today's video is roles. There are lots of roles and lots of different operators. If you're a defender and you want to run around the map to roam, you need to make sure that the enemies need to find you first before they find a way to eliminate you. So you're way better off using an operator like Vigil, Jäger or Goyo, as you don't have a lot of utility and will place all of that utility in the prep phase, so you're only left with a gun for the roam. On the other side, if you play an operator like Maestro, yes, even though he has a big gun, he is not a good roam operator. Why? Because he has his evil eyes, which you can only operate as Maestro. So you should rather stay on site and play for denying the plan with him and be more of a supporter than a roamer. So it's about making sure you have the right operator for your task. And the same thing applies for attack. If you need to clear roam, you want to make sure you don't lose an operator like Termite, which is your Heartbreacher. So rather you risk losing an Ash, as she's not as useful and not as much of a win condition. Losing a Termite in the first 30 seconds will almost always lose you the round. And losing an Ash isn't great, as you've lost a man, but it's not a major problem. For the summary, so what does it come down to? It comes down to playing the game a lot. And yes, you will lose, but don't get frustrated over it. If you get frustrated and don't learn from your mistakes, Rainbow Six Siege may not be the right game for you. So if this video helped you, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as it would help me out massively. If you have any tips for new players, be sure to put them down in the comments. Until the next video, bye.